To study of the direction and velocity helps us to estimate about the interior of the earth. Man has also tried to dig up boreholes in the interior to know more about the same. So there are persons who are finding the information or finding the speed of the velocity of the volcanoes. They are finding the estimate interior of the earth information. So these people are doing, they are finding the deep information about the holes of the interior of the earth actually. So there are people who are giving or are finding more information to comes the point of that interior of the earth. Okay, what actually are happening, what the things are happening to overcome of that volcanoes. So here you will find one information. Our earth was formed approximately 4.6 million years ago. So our earth was formed approximately 4.6 million years ago. तब बना था उस ज़माने में. Initially the earth was in a gaseous state. It started cooling through the process of radiation. So because of the radiation the earth becomes cooler. The earth then liquefied with the time. The outermost part of the earth cooled first and became solid. The outermost layer of the earth is called the crust. So the outermost layer is called the earth crust. Even today, outer planets of the solar system are in gaseous state. So we are having planets of the outer states. These are in the form of gaseous states. Move to the next information. We'll see geographical explanation. While going from the Earth's surface to its core, major changes occur in temperature. So when you are going to the Earth's surface, you will find there are lots of changes happening in the temperature and the density itself. With respect to these two elements, the Earth interiors can be divided into the following layers. So you are having different types of layer. We'll discuss. There are some diagrams given in the textbook. So let us discuss this diagram and understand what actually the Earth is having different types of interior on the layers. Now you are having crust. Crust is divided into continental crust and the oceanic crust. When we see the continental crust and oceanic crust, can you see the continental crust is having an arrow? That area is actually below to the land. So there are different landforms which are there near the continental crust of the earth. But when you go to the oceanic crust, over there you will find the land is also there. With the land there are some water. Water means it is the water, but lands are below the water actually. So there will be a oceanic crust, and continental crust means different landform. The arrow has been shown to you. You can see that arrow in the diagrams. Next is mantle. Mantle actually it is the upper mantle and the lower mantle. You see there are different layers. It is given on the Earth's interior. There are inner core, there are outer core, and there are mantle. Mantle is what I told you. It is a mantle which are having hot magma. So it is very hot actually over there you will find. So you are having different layers actually on the interior of the earth, upper mantle and the lower mantles. Next is core. We are having different core. We are having inner core also, we are having outer core also. As we have seen in the milk experiment, you have seen the upper layer of the milk becomes cooler, but inner core of that or the inner side of the milk becomes a hot. So here also the same thing applies. So this is the explanation of structure of the earth's interior. Next we will see the crust. Now what is crust? I have shown you what is crust. The uppermost layer of the earth crust is in solid state. So it is in the hard, actually it is a solid state and is called the crust. The thickness of the crust is not same everywhere. So the thickness of the crust you will not find the same. On an average it is 30 to 35 kilometer thick. The thickness of the crust below the continent is from 16 to 45 kilometers. So the upper part you will see, upper part there is a thickness of 35 to 30 to 45. But when you see the continents of that area, as I've told you, there are some landforms which are on the continents and some are in the part of water. So in the water you will find 16 to 45 kilometers. So down are having more and upper part you are having lower. 14 kilometer under the mountain ranges and less than 10 kilometer under the ocean. So these are the kilometer which ranges into the mountain ranges. So mountain ranges are having different kilometers, and under the ocean you are having 10 kilometers. So upper part having more distance as compared to the down ocean of the mountains. So this is the explanation of crust actually. See the diagram. It is a diagram of showing Earth's interior. So there are some different lithosphere given. Lithosphere, it is a oceanic landforms or different types of oceanic you will find in the form of lithosphere. So you are having this interior of the earth, not the earth, it is a structure actually of the earth. So you are also having crust and the mantle. It is of near the upper of the side of the earth actually, or it is a middle of that earth. It is called a crust and the mantle, where you will find hot things over here. So from there the lithosphere is of 100 kilometer. When you are coming to the mantle side, mantle is a solid, means over there you will find is a solid state, thickness is there over there you will find. So here you will see the crust is having an average of 30 kilometers from the oceanic crust. So you are also having upper mantle and you are also having lower mantle. So there are some different parts which you are having different kilometers towards the oceanic crust. Then you are having inner core. Inner core कौन से form है? That is in the liquid form, but upper part it is in the form of solid state. Just remember the experiment of milk. You can assume that what are the explanation we are discussing now, that all explanation are having a close relationship with each other. So that is the explanation of Earth's interior. As we move deeper under the surface, temperature increases. So when we go to the deeper of the Earth's surface, temperature increases. After that, the rate of increase in temperature reduces. So after that, temperature automatically reduces. Why? Because it is on the cooling point, and again increases in the core. At the center of the Earth, the temperatures are around 5,500 degree to 6,000 degree Celsius. So remember this, the temperature or the center of the Earth is having a temperature around 5,500 to 6,000 degrees Celsius. The crust is the thinnest of all the layers when compared to the mantle and the core. So the crust is having the thinnest, it is not a thick, it is a thinnest layer when we compare to the mantle and the core of the Earth. It can be divided into two sublayers. So the crust is also divided into two sublayers. That information we will discuss in the next video. Hope you have understood this information. We'll see on the next video. Thank you.